So the original video that I made on this guy is no longer up, so I decided to make a new one because I feel the story of Glasses needs to be out there. Also because I feel he may be one of the most significant characters in the series because of all of the implications surrounding him and all of the attention that he gets. So let's get into it. So like I said, Glasses does get a lot of attention, but it's odd attention because the story only really focuses on him in 2 individual bonus chapters that are dedicated to him. Other than that, we only really see him in the story during his encounter with Garo when he's a part of Death Gatling's crew. And I'm going to touch on all of these moments, but you won't really know about these specific bonus chapters regarding Glasses unless you own each individual volume to which his story pertains to. So like the casual fans, or more so just the fans who don't own the volumes, aren't really familiar with Glasses' journey. Or you may have seen my original video on this guy, but regardless, one is clearly showing us his journey for a reason, and I think the particular reason is pretty significant, although it may be grand or it may be not so grand, but we're going to get into that by the end of the video. So aside from all of the attention placed on this character, he also shares a lot of glaring similarities to Saitama, more specifically his rise to power. Because in the beginning, Glasses was just kind of like an aimless company man similar to Saitama. Whether he was employed or whether Saitama was employed or not, they are both extremely similar in this regard and also share a very similar aesthetic as well. And they also seem to care about grocery hunting and sales on veggies and stuff, because the earliest depiction of Glasses that we see of him as a company man before he becomes a hero is when he's on the subway and he's looking through his wallet and he only seems to have a few yen on there. He says there's a sale at the supermarket today and there's a sale on veggies, so just remember that. But he also looks up to see an advertisement for the Hero Association, and this gives him some hope for advancement, because before that, he really didn't have any, or any kind of hope for the future in general. So he eventually goes on to join the Hero Association, and steadily advances all the way to the B class, until, you guessed it, he is pressured into joining the Blizzard group. And while he's with the Blizzard group, he isn't really treated that well. Specifically by the rank 2 member Eyelashes, who would go on to discredit him continually. This further demoralizes Glasses because he was mistreated originally as a company man, and now that he saw advancement in the Hero Association, he's also being mistreated there. So one day the Blizzard group goes on to encounter a monster by the name of Demon Fan, who is also a demon level threat. And of course the demon level monster went on to easily defeat all of the Blizzard group, considering that they only consist of B-class heroes. But Glasses was the only member left standing, but he couldn't do anything due to being demoralized by his time with the group. He lost confidence in himself altogether. But due to Fubuki being endangered, Tatsumaki quickly came to save her. But once Tatsumaki showed up, she saw Glasses doing nothing, and she just straight up told him that he was pitiful, weak, cowardly, and should just give up being a hero. This is pretty much the breaking point of Glasses' mentality, and he just broke down after this. So Tatsumaki then went on to defeat the Demon Fan by disassembling him, and then left with Fubuki. This left Glasses to just further break down to where he saw that hard work was not enough to become strong. And then he just decided that talent and birth determined everything. And talent was something that he certainly didn't have. Until randomly Saitama himself showed up to the scene. He had heard previously the news report regarding the Demon Fan. And at this point the Demon Fan reassembles itself and begins to attack. Glasses, having recently found out that Saitama was only a C-class hero, began to beg him to run away because a hero of his level wasn't strong enough to beat the Demon Fan. And he went on to give Saitama a small monologue about how he trained to give himself confidence and eventually reached the B class. But normal people have limits, and talented people are fundamentally different from he and Saitama. Saitama then just goes on to easily one-punch the Fan and tells Glasses that no one decides someone's limits, and that if he felt he worked hard, then he just needed to work longer, and questioned if that was really the limit of his strength. He then goes on to give Glasses a pretty profound quote in saying, "Could you of tomorrow beat you today? Instead of giving in, move forward." And while this is not only crucial to Glasses' character development overall, it's also something that you, the watcher of this video, should take into consideration. As Saitama leaves, he pulls out a sales ad and says there's a sale today. Veggies will be cheap. This is the exact same thing that Glasses said earlier when we saw him on the train before he became a hero. Saitama's profound speech and display of power moved Glasses into a completely different state of mind and motivated him to begin training like he never had before. This is when Glasses begins to train in a similar fashion to that of what we saw Saitama on his road to removing his limiter. He even began wearing a similar tracksuit to Saitama. The next time we see Glasses is when we find out he was picked to be a part of Death Gatling's team to take down Garo. Death Gatling says that he only picked fighters who he respects, and that each is an elite hero who survived life or death crises. Also, when Garo reads Tario's hero guide, it says Glasses is currently B-class rank 21, and that he's rapidly rising the ranks, so look out for him. This is showing us that Glasses has been putting in some serious training and has improved greatly since his encounter with Saitama. Glasses goes on to prove this in his fight with Garo as he aids the team in a crucial support role. We also see him collecting shooters' arrows as well as giving important directions, and even fighting Garo by himself. He's able to dodge Garo's initial attack and even catch Garo distracted with a strike of his own, to which Garo even compliments him by saying he's no small fry and he's got some moves. Glasses even shows great fight IQ by disengaging with Garo after their brief encounter, leaving the close quarters combat to Stinger and Wildhorn, sticking to his support role. But, Garo is eventually able to get the upper hand on the heroes and beats all of them down, but also gives Glasses his own individual merciless beating. But to Glasses' credit, he is able to take more damage than the other heroes, and even continues to fight back until he's eventually put down for good. But before he's completely lost consciousness, Glasses is able to send a distress signal to Genos, proving his worth in the end. So this is going to be the last time that we see Glasses in the main storyline, but this is going to bring us to the second bonus chapter that I was talking about. Because sometime in the future, after he has recovered from his fight with Garo, we see Glasses saving a convenience store from an attempted robbery by some thugs. But coincidentally, Eyelashes from the Blizzard group is also on the scene, the very same hero who mistreated him during his time with the group. The two begin to catch up, and Eyelashes tells Glasses that he's aware of his growth since he had left the group, and also states that Glasses had moved up to rank 20, previously from 21 during his fight with Garo. Eyelashes then tests Glasses' growth as he throws a kick at his head, but Glasses easily blocks this. Eyelashes then says he's never seen anyone improve so much so quickly, and he even admits that Glasses is stronger than he is, the B-class rank 2 hero, and asks what his secret is. Glasses says that he's still lacking knowledge, experience, and decision-making, but the only thing that has changed for him is determination, and that he has decided to not be bound by his limits, of course calling back to his life-changing encounter with Saitama. Suddenly, an explosion happens in the distance, leading them to assume it's a monster attack. Glasses immediately begins to run off to fight the monster, but is stopped by Eyelashes, who tells him to stay there and that the Blizzard group can take care of it. But as he tugs on Glasses' jacket, his arm is revealed to have many combat scars on it. Glasses then says that things aren't going so easily for him, and that he's pushing himself forward and doesn't intend to stop. He then runs off to go fight the monster, and from this, we can see that not only is Glasses doing a similar exercise regimen to Saitama, but he's also consistently fighting monsters just as Saitama did during his own training on his path to removing his limiter. This is the last time that we see Glasses in the story, but it will not be the last. So as I've been saying in this video, I feel that there is a very good reason why there is so much emphasis put on Glasses, and why one continually shows us his journey through the story, especially him getting 2 bonus chapters dedicated specifically to him. Now, I was a little wary of this after I had made the original Glasses video. This was before Season 2. But after Season 2 had aired, and we saw that in Episode 11, they went out of their way to show us Glasses' journey, even including footage from the original bonus chapter that he's included in A New Wind Blows. After this, I felt that yes, for sure, Glasses is very important, and we need to be aware of his journey, because something very significant is going to happen to him. So now I'm going to say something outlandish, something that you might be thinking yourself, but I think it's possible that Glasses might be the next character to remove his limiter. I mean, he's doing all the same things as Saitama, has the same kind of tracksuit, is taking all kind of damage. We could assume that he's going through the Zenkai recovery from death power boost that Saitama and Garo have gone through, possibly, although we don't have any proof of that, but the scars on his arm that we see in the latest bonus chapter are kind of insinuating that. So even if Glasses doesn't remove his limiter, and I say that because it took Saitama around 3 years or so to remove his own limiter, and I'm unsure if the story is really going to go that far into the future, considering that Shibawa's prophecy is only going ahead to 3 months, and that's probably when the series will end unless we get some kind of time leap. So either Glasses is going to jump to the head of the line of limiter removers, and he's going to be able to do it in like a couple months, or at the minimum, Glasses might become as strong as an S-class hero. Like, that's why we're seeing his journey. Maybe not necessarily because he's going to remove his limiter, but because he's going to become one of the strongest S-class heroes in a very short amount of time. Because we also have to remember that Saitama incrementally increased his power. It just wasn't like he was a weakling and then he removed his limiter. He became stronger along the way, and at one point, he was definitely considered to be on the level of an S-class hero. So we could just endlessly speculate about Glasses' future and potential, but there is one thing that we can't deny, and that there is significance to this character. So when are we going to see his big character arc, everything that has been building up for him? I don't know. It's probably going to be a few years at the least, but regardless, something will happen, and I really can't wait to see it. So that's pretty much it for the video today, guys. Let me know what you think about it. Do you think my original crazy theory about him having glasses, meaning that if he's going to remove his limiter and become bald, it will distinguish him from being bald just like Saitama, possibly? I don't know. It's just wild stuff. It's all for fun, but let me know what you think. And also, I have a Patreon. It gives you access to a weekly Q&A video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe as well. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.